What's a dishonorable profession? Landlord. The older I get, the more insane the concept seems to me. Yes. You pay me monthly for using otherwise literally empty space you need for survival. Please continue to pay a surplus to what is necessary, so I can keep exploiting you as a resource. Are all landlords bad? No. Is the entire housing market where I live utterly insane and the source of my bitterness? Yes. Cop. Vulture fund manager. Hedge fund manager. Anything high up in the fossil fuel or mining industry. Preacher. Generally with some exceptions, bosses. Pet breeder. Army or paramilitary if someone joined by free choice. Landlord. Funny how all the comments about land bastards and pigs are being downvoted. Makes sense, there are a lot of you. In-house lawyer for tax consultancies. We have a lot of them in Ireland. Their whole business is enabling US corporations to avoid paying their fair share of tax to the US or to any other authority. In other words, they work to shift the tax burden onto individuals and small businesses. Scam callers, scammers in general. MLM scammers too. Predatory salespeople. Those people in malls handing out free samples only to try to literally pull you into their store. Anyone having anything to do with child pageants. People who run companies on full commission. Not a hitman but a really good hitman. They have absolutely no value for human life other than the people who pay them before they pay them and themselves or any one of their family members. Other than that everyone is a target. And you don't want to piss them off. Bankers. C-suite execs. Multinational corporation decision makers. Consultants of mode varieties. Russian soldiers. People who make the world worse for personal benefit. C1, 2, 3. Throw in private equity firms, add in patent trolls, etc. Funeral director. Something about a family having to spend in the tens of thousands to bury their loved ones doesn't sit right with me, and they always try to squeeze as much money as they can from the family. At this point I'd say almost anything with health insurance. I don't know how anyone in that field can live with themselves going into work trying to find ways to deny people health care all day long. Influencer. You bring nothing good to the world and get paid a ridiculous amount of money to post 30 seconds twerking videos and act like your job is the most exhausting demanding thing on the planet. Missionaries. Anybody who tries to convince people that a belief system they've practiced for centuries and harm nobody in the process is somehow wrong doesn't know the meaning of honor. MO. Scam call center rep. Or scam call center US mule. I couldn't make a living knowing I was stealing from others. No matter how unattached I am from the crime, it is still a crime. Do better. Advanced auto employee or management. They want you to dupe people in the warranty department out at being worth the shit and sell most expensive stuff instead of help someone on a budget. A salesman. You're basically supposed to tell exaggerations, half-truths, and even outright lies if you are legally able to sell your wares. Without actually producing what you sell. Depends. But BlackRock deserve a nuke. Could angry folks beat the shit on them for funding enemies of democracy, human rights, and whatever that makes someone have unfair advantage. Not inherently, but landlords. I guess it's more dishonorable people who gravitate toward it. There is huge potential for landlords to be very honorable but you never hear it. I worked to build a call list for phone scams. I was fresh out of high school and they picked me up early. I didn't figure out what I was doing until later but I still did it. Cop, politician, bailiff, parking warden, any job with too much power over others or where grown-up children can live their fantasy play from on the schoolyard in real life. Politician lawyers are a close second. Pretty much every politician and most lawyers are professional liars. Also, drug dealer, loan sharks, gangster and corporate. Landlord, payday scummy lender. I'm looking at you. No money down auto lenders. Chief twit, conservative political talking head, prosperity gospel preacher. Everyone's missing the obvious one. Banker. Loaning a person who can afford to home the money and charging exorbitant interest fees on it. A lot of lawyers. There are some wonderful ones but I'm talking about the kind that work for large companies that minimize damages. Military recruitment officer. Your job is to lie to young kids to get them to join up so you can meet your recruitment numbers, depending on how to behave. Security guards. Some of those guys are the most dishonorable people you can know professionally. Insurance agents that call and sell you Medicare Advantage and forget to tell you you will never get out of it. Fuck all those. Lawyers. You have to set aside your honor in order to be good at that job. I say this as both a compliment and as a negative. None of the shit people are listing here are even professions. Everybody's just listing different types of scammers. Any pyramid scheme or make money quick scheme. Also low-key salespeople, especially realtors and car salesmen. Real estate agent landlord, most are parasites that should get real job and contribute like the rest of us. Pastor of a mega church that requires an entrance fee. Basically takes your money and gives you faith. Failed real estate developer, casino owner, university owner, stake monger, and grifter, cult leader.